Street Unplugged by the Luxembourg Street Photo Collective.
Hi everybody, I'm Paulo Lobo here, greeting all of you, our listeners, to our podcast number 23 from the Street Unplugged series. We are Luxembourg Street Photo Collective, and we've been doing this for quite a while. And here we are in lovely Bonneveger Stuf, where we love to record this series with the nice atmosphere of a coffee, a Luxembourgish coffee. And together with us, we have our technicians today, two technicians who are very helpful, with Eric Engel and Tom Weiss. Hello. Hello, hello. And our special guest for today is Marie Romanova. Hi, Marie.
Hello. Hello, Paolo. It's a pleasure to be here and a pleasure to join the conversation. It's a big honor to be invited by a community of photographers here in Luxembourg and to belong to something in the way.
Yes, it's a pleasure for us as well. I've been following you in the social networks, your Instagram, your photos that you publish. So it's very nice stuff because it's a mixture. You are interested in street photography and also portrait photography. Beautiful shots you've got on your account. And you're quite young, we can say that, maybe. How young are you?
Thank you very much for all the compliments about my work. I'm 23 years old and I'm doing photography for almost 6 years. And it's been an exciting journey so far.
Incredible. So you started really young. So you were 16, 17 years when you started photography. And I can say, maybe we will give your Instagram account later, but I can say from what we see that you have already achieved a good maturity. You have already an insight, what you photograph. So that's also the reason why we love to invite you. Also, what's interesting is you've been accompanying our festival, our collective. You've been present. I think you had the opportunity to show some of your pictures during the last slide night in Rotonde in last November or December.
Yeah, I think I only discovered photography events here in Luxembourg quite recently, and before I didn't know that there is something even going on. And I felt pretty lonely, I think, in Luxembourgish scene in the way. I followed quite some pages of photographers I loved, but we never connected. And only recently I discovered Light Leaks for myself, and since then I've been following the journey. And it brings me completely different quality of life when I know that I can participate in such events. So, yes.
Okay, you've been living in Luxembourg since which time, which year or?
Since 2020.
Okay.
And since 2020 I started photography too. Since I
Okay. What attracted you to photography in the first, at the start?
I think it's a bit hard question for me to answer. I think it was many coincidences on the way which brought me to photography. What I can say, I was always creative, and in a way I was looking to find a medium to discover, to express myself. And I tried music, I tried even poetry, and I never managed to do this. And somehow when I tried photography for the first time, and the more I would discover it, the more I felt that I'm saying something. Mm-hmm. So I felt that I can.
Maybe in photography, in the kind of photography that you do, you mix all these interests, because we can see from your pictures that there is poetry, there is also music, because especially in the street photos, it's very poetic, atmospheric, the pictures that you do. So maybe you find all this interest that you like inside the photography.
Yes, I would say when I try to put my work in the frame, that I think of myself that I'm doing visual poetry. But I'm trying. So when I'm taking pictures, especially in street, I feel like I'm in a way floating through the streets. I feel like I'm really capturing the exact feeling I want to express. It's like usually loneliness and melancholy and solitude and dreams and love and and I'm trying to find these characters who are expressing this, who are a bit sad or thinking about something. So for me, it's that. And yeah.
Was it because you are so much interested in poetry, visual poetry, that you naturally came to analog photography? Because I know you're very, very fond of analog photography.
I think I really admire analog photography for also the same poetry, because for me, analog photography is a drawing of light, because light draws on the film. But for me, I have a bit more practical interest in film photography. I really learn about my craft more through this because it's very technical. And then I notice that in digital cameras, there are a lot of settings which are auto-corrected, auto-color balance and so on. And I never knew how much the temperature matters, for example, until I discovered film. Because if we have 3 different light resources here, like warmer, colder, and I don't know, natural light from the window, in digital photography, you would not notice the difference. The picture might be a bit dirty during the editing, so it will be harder to correct it. But in film photography, it immediately, it can also create a lot of charm, but it's immediately there. So you cannot really hide it, or then you need to edit for a long time. And then I'm learning about photography more through shooting film. And I discovered film photography a bit later than digital, although I tried film a few times for fun before I even started photography. And it brought me back the hobby feeling, because I didn't need to do anything with the pictures. With digital, I'm thinking, okay, what is this work for? Where I'm going to show it? What is the series about? And in film, I could just take these pictures and keep for myself and not to show them to anyone and just enjoy it as a hobby again.
Okay. It's also a very different feeling when you were, for example, in the streets with using film. You know that it will not be immediate image. You know that it will be later. You will see the result of your wandering around later. And the digital gives you everything right away. So yeah. I think that is also a part of the process that you enjoy probably.
Yeah, I think with digital pictures, you're somehow very close with your pictures, but also very far, because you're too close because you did so many shots and you can look at them all the time, and you're too far because you don't really understand them. In film, it's more honest. You have these 36 frames, and it shows you what you did. And in digital, when I was limited by the quantity of shots, I understood that it's such a big skill, which is not anymore important like it used before, to take a picture in the right moment. Because before it was much more of the case. You needed to make the picture in the right moment, otherwise you have nothing, and you're also very limited. And now you take 1,000 pictures, and I think it makes it easier for others to shoot. That's why photography is also so accessible now.
So, about the analog photography, which camera do you use?
I use different ones. The ones I like the most is probably Olympus OM2. It's very exciting. It's very reliable, very steady, also pretty small and not too big. Another one I really like is Mamiya. I have S1000, but I actually really like RB.
Okay, don't ask me the references.
645 RB okay. And RZ. One is electronic and one is manual. I like the manual one.
The manual one, where you have to decide everything for yourself.
Yes, without electronic.
Without metering as well. I mean, you have a cell that measures light or not in this camera.
No, in that one, no.
No.
Yeah, and I'm using an app on the phone.
Good.
And I like also Contex, I forgot the name too, 645 maybe, but also electronic and very exciting.
Okay. Do you develop, the film yourself?
Yes and no. I'm so close to that. I'm coming to analog photography community by Christoph Weber. Yeah. And I really learned everything which I know through him. and for this community. And he has the machine to develop films. So yes, I can put the chemicals in the right boxes, but I don't call it that I develop it myself.
Okay, good. What's important is really the attitude and the process and the freedom it gives you to photograph, to really connect directly with the emotions and the vibrations. I also appreciate a lot analog photography. So yeah, and the pictures that we will comment a little bit later that you sent to me, are they analog pictures? I mean, you've got two sets. One set it's street photography, another set it's portrait photography.
Yes, unfortunately there are no film pictures.
There are no film pictures. Okay, yeah. But there is a feeling of film photography.
Yeah, that's what
we will come back later to that. Okay, so. It's very interesting that I admire that you're young and you've got this big interest into the expression of feelings, of poetry, of creativity, and not using the easiest tool, because the easiest tool for many persons is the iPhone, the smartphone, because many people do good things using these tools. And also digital cameras, but you chose the analog cameras, which is very, very, exciting and complex at the same time.
I always felt that if you want to be a professional photographer, you need to learn film too. Somehow for me, it's two very connected things.
About the portraits, we'll comment the portraits, but you do a lot of portraiting, and in your Instagram account we see that. What interests you? What attracts you in this specific domain?
I think obviously humans. I love human interactions and connection. I think connection is one of the most important, feelings, parts of my life. And I love to be connected to people, and I love to find these keys to connect to them. Mm-hmm. So through portraits I can.
It's the direct connection. Yeah. No, they are very beautiful because it's never the same thing. So you really adapt, I think, to each person. So each portrait is really a snap shot of the moment when you meet this person, and you can relate to these portraits by this way of looking.
I feel in the way it's indeed some kind of stamp of this connection for me with these people.
So you don't just take a picture, a portrait picture. You talk with the people. You meet with them.
My goal is to create a setting for a person to stop noticing that I'm there, and that I can capture them in their moment of solitude. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like nobody is there to witness us, and it's my way to make people seen and somehow also make, myself a little bit more seen.
There is one portrait that stuck in my mind. I think it's Greg Girard. Mm-hmm. It's a famous photographer, international photographer, and you managed to do a wonderful portrait of him.
I really used the opportunity of Light Leaks to...
But really, you did great. And did you send to him the picture?
Yes, I sent the pictures to him, and he asked the permission to use them for communication. Because it was, in a way, also maybe in the end a trick, because I looked at the portraits of him and he had not a single picture which would represent him, and especially recent ones, nothing. Mm-hmm. And what I usually do, I like to do these snapshots, but which are very expressing, like Steve Jobs' portrait. And I asked him to have like very short session, at least 5 to 10 minutes. And my goal was to do the shot. And he was very kind, and actually I was super nervous. And it was really surprising how he's able to create this atmosphere around him where it's so easy to relax. So actually he helped me to take this picture of him.
No, this portrait really feels relaxed, and because we had the opportunity to be with him, to meet him, we discovered that he's a nice person, really a fascinating person, a very, very easygoing, and this portrait is really him. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. It was again a big honor, and that was my biggest goal to do this.
So what is your what are your aims? I mean, you're still young, but you have already participated in a few events. You have exhibited some pictures, and you belong to this community, this analog community. This is great group by Christoph Weber.
Yes.
So, what are your aims? Do you intend to maybe do a living out of this, or partial living, or what are your dreams?
To be honest, they always change a little bit. So for me, it's an ongoing journey. I'm trying to make a living out of it, that's for sure. And now I'm just trying to see if I'm able to maintain a consistent, balanced life with that, which can be a challenge. And my goal, I really also want to work with more artists and make more significant portraits, let's say.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm able to capture people and I want to meet more characters.
Okay. Going back to the two domains that you like most, so street photography and portraits. We talked a little bit about portrait photography. Street photography, did you develop this aspect mainly in Luxembourg, or was it already before that you were interested in the street photography?
No, I think I developed it in Luxembourg by just looking at street photographers and thinking, am I also able to do this? And one day I just felt I didn't feel good, and I decided to heal myself through photography experience, and I decided I will go on the street and I will shoot everything which is representing my feeling at the moment. And to be honest, I think I only ever did 4 or 5 street photography sessions, and dedicated ones, and nothing more than that.
Okay.
So I'm very new to it, and I don't know what are the
okay.
What do you like? What is good and what is
okay?
less
Did you
good?
participate in some workshops or portfolio reviews? Not yet, or
Yes, I participated at the portfolio review of Eleanor Simons last year.
Yeah.
And she was very, very kind.
Encouraging.
Yes.
She's very kind. Yeah.
Yes.
Good. But from what we can maybe, I have a look at the pictures you send me.
Mm-hmm.
We will publish them along with the podcast in our Instagram, so we can connect. Let me just have we are doing this right away, improvising everything like I like to do. So Marie Romanova, okay. Tell me, Marie Romanova, from which country do you come? Because we are all here in Luxembourg, coming from different countries. From me.
I'm Russian and coming from Uzbekistan.
Okay.
Yes.
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan, yes.
It's a totally mystery to me. I know the name, but I know nothing more. So we will make another podcast to talk about Uzbekistan. I love Russian culture.
Yes.
Me personally, yeah.
Yes.
But
It's very
the
deep.
big writers, the big directors.
Music, theater, ballet.
Music, theater, everything.
Yes.
Everything. Okay, so let me see. I've got the porch, I've got the street. Let's take the street. Yeah. So I was thinking these were analog pictures because they have got this feeling of analog. You play with the different levels of a photography. We've got, for example, one picture. I think it was taken in Venezia.
Yes.
Probably because but it's not a postcard.
No.
Tell me a little bit about your way of composing and building this kind of picture where you've got different levels of reading and of.
So I would say that before this portfolio review with Eleanor, I didn't notice what this picture is, and I discovered more about it later. For me, I loved the framing originally, and I wanted to have this person in front and capture this boat. And Eleanor said that for her, it really looks like it comes from the perspective of this man. And she asked who are my favorite photographers, and one of them is Henri Cartier-Bresson. And it's a humanitarian movement in photography. So she somehow noticed a lot of kindness in my pictures. And since she said it to me, I think that's actually what I in the end captured, because they're all full of kids, old men, very lively moments, like very small moments which are disappearing. So
absolutely. And yes, there is a connection to Cartier-Bresson, of course, but also to another photographer that I love. Maybe don't know him, but there is direct connection. I see it's Bernard Plossu.
Okay, I never heard.
Never heard, but you
Maybe
have
I saw
to.
the
You have to
pictures.
look because you've got the feeling of this, the breathing naturally and looking naturally, and not, but at the same time, building really a frame and a life within the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Each picture exists by itself. We actually we don't need too much explanation about each picture because they are really a world within themselves, each one of them.
Thank you
So
very
that's
much.
what I really appreciate in these pictures of street photography.
Thank
so-
you very much.
Bernard Plossu, have a look.
Of course I will.
He's still alive.
Oh, it's very...
yeah, he's
Very good.
one of the big French photographers.
Mhm.
And when we go to the portraits, let's again.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, beautiful. Greg Girard. So this is Greg Girard. I think the picture we get here, it's not the complete framing in my iPhone.
Or I think it is actually.
It is? Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you see, beautiful picture.
Yes.
Yeah, this one is also very interesting. This was an artist or
Yes, she's a musician, and
Okay.
she's absolutely beautiful musician. She has incredible voice and very melancholic, very interesting. It was also an honor to work
Okay.
with her.
That's why I said in the beginning that your pictures convey a sense of musicality, poetry, musicality, and it's very interesting. Eric knows what I'm talking about. He's a great portraiture of musicians. He's a
really?
musician himself.
I need to see the pictures too.
Yeah, you have to. And yeah, this one also beautiful. Again, you play with the framing, with the first row, the second row. And you take us by the hand and you invite us to get inside the picture. This is also beautiful. Who is she?
It's Anique. She's an amazing dancer too, Luxembourgish dancer.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Anique Hess, no? Something like this, I think.
to be honest, I'm very bad with surnames. So I
Okay.
don't remember her surname. So I'm sorry, Anique. If you're
Ah,
listening.
yes, here you.
And this is Martin. I'm awful with surnames, as I said.
Very architectural portrait, very graphical.
Yes, he's a very famous and insanely good piano player. And this also happened by accident. He was performing in, I think, in the south of Luxembourg.
Okay.
Through the atelier, I managed to connect with him and also had a short session and managed to capture him.
Beautiful. And again, as I said, each portrait is different from the other. This one is excellent. Yeah, good work. A color photo. You work with the green, with the red, and again with the first row, and then the portrait. The person is herself. Who's she?
She's also a dancer. She booked me, and these pictures we did during the shoot.
Beautiful. And the last one. Let's have a look. This is a kind of portrait. Very interesting.
Yes,
He's flying.
This is Isaiah Wilson, and he is a talented dancer.
Okay.
And the idea was his. I just captured it. He creates. He's also a director, and he directs dance performances and maybe theater performances. And it was earlier before he started to
Okay.
be more active. And I had the pleasure of shooting his idea.
So you've got already a very good portfolio. I mean, the portraits you do of these artists are really excellent because they are always different, and I think you adapt to each person, to the encounter that happens. And this is really good. So how do you are proactive? So you contact the people, you tell them, I'm a photographer, I would like to photograph you. That's the way you do?
I'm trying to be very proactive and very careful and gentle. Like, I really don't like to cross people's personal spaces, but the moment I find there is an opportunity and it's appropriate, then I do this. So if I'm just gently contacting someone, and someone agrees, of course, then I'm just shooting. I'm never right there using all the instruments to do this, to make a picture. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Did you have, apart from Light Leaks, did you have already an exhibition somewhere or not yet? Or
I did. So I had a pop-up at Kurtz and Friends in the city center, where I exhibited some of my works.
Okay.
But it wasn't a pure exhibition. Another one in Walverdansk with Eric Mangen, with Tom Youngblood, with Mike Zenery, and another person. I'm so sorry.
And someone else. No, the good, excellent photographers. So again, you're young, but you're so much active and dynamic. This is really good. So, what do you think about really the how do you say in English? In Luxembourg, we've got many talented photographers. We are, I think it's really living. You can see in Light Leaks, but not only in Light Leaks, in other communities. We can think about the photo club for Doudlange, with Sana Mourad, Mike Zenari, the photo club from Rumelange. I think they are very active as well. So there is really a great life within photography, within visual expression in Luxembourg. And also lots of young persons coming to photography with good ideas, good vibrations. How do you feel to be inside this movement?
I find it interesting because I remember I was very sensitive to see what is going on in Luxembourgish field of photography when I started in 2020 and 2021. So it was interesting to see who developed and how. And in which directions, because I somehow remember a few more people with whom, for myself, I, let's say, started, or to whom, like, I looked at them and so on. Some people became videographers. Many continued actively. For example, Liz Lambert, like, I was also following her work, and I think she developed so well and developed her work so much. So I'm very... very interested to also see how it changes, because now there are also new photographers and some who are doing multimedia crafts.
Are you interested as well in the multimedia expressions, or are you really focused on photography?
I would prefer to be fully focused on photography, and that's it. But I think time asks to adapt and at least do videos or more design or more creative direction and all of these things. So I kind of feel like I have to adapt, and I'm trying these things. But of course, if I could, I would just do photography, and that's it.
Of course, you will have a choice in the future. Either you go to the as a professional photographer, is you go to the artistic way, where you have no compromise, and your work is recognized, your way of looking at things is recognized, and you get money for that, or you go to the commercial way, where you will have to do some compromises. Maybe it's too early for you to think about this.
I work in commercial, especially quite actively for the last 2.5, 3 years. Of course, you sometimes do some compromises, or at least your work is shaped. But I have a strong feeling that you can still stick to your style, and don't do these compromises. And and actually maybe it's even more important. So I feel like it's very possible. But I think, of course, then you don't have that much time on your creative part. So I think it's very hard to combine both.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know that street photography doesn't really give you money, lots of money, but portraits. Street photography can make someone successful if really, like Martin Parr or some other area, are really, acknowledged, and they've got persons that really pay for this kind of work. But usually it's something we do because we love to do that, and we never have the commercial insight, or at least I don't. But portrait photography, of course,
yes,
especially the ones I saw, they are really good. So of course this is something that can work for you. Yeah.
And it's interesting with if I may say, with the street photography, how actually it's these two movements, street photography, let's say, and portraits, and how different they are from each other, because you work with completely different environments.
Absolutely. One is you are free actually to look at the world as it develops in front of your eyes, and you don't really intervene, you just let it flow. And for portraits, of course, you've got this connection with the person, and you ask her to look at you, not to look at you, and it's a direct connection. So, but they are complementary, actually. There is one photographer that said, I think it was Nader in the last podcast, he said that for him, street photography is a big school. It's big exercise, big training for all kinds of photography. Technical exercise and human connection and everything.
Yeah, to capture the right shot, the speed. It's a big
challenge. Big school. Okay.
Yes.
So, Marie, tell me, where can we see your work? Okay, we will publish the picture we have a little bit commented, but can you tell us your social networks, your internet website, if you have one?
Yeah, so you can find my work on my Instagram, Marie Romanova, and website is currently building, so that will come later. But my main creative work is for now there, but I'm looking for new mediums. Good.
And we can connect with you if someone wants. We can connect with you during using Instagram messaging, for example.
Yes.
Good.
And I love to connect. So if someone wants to reach out.
About the we are getting close to the end, and some questions come again to my head. But I think because I really love that you love analog photography. Really, this is big thing for me. And continue with this. At the same time, just let it fly. Your inspiration, your expression, and the connection with the people, and everything will be all right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to have had this small talk with us, with me.
It's a pleasure. It was you made it so comfortable. It was so easy to express myself.
We will follow you. We are very keen on discovering your future work. Let it be through the social networks, Instagram account, or maybe some exhibition, or maybe some book, maybe in the future, or some other way. We will keep an eye on you. Also, we love that you follow us, the collective, the Street Photo Collective. So we will remain in touch. Thank you very much again. We would like to thank Eric Engel and Tom Weiss, who are our colleagues here that took care of the technical side. And thank you again to Bonnevegestouf. And that's it. Thank you, everybody, all the listeners, and see you we will listen again to the next episode next time. Bye-bye.